The idle air control valve. This is a video that is going to talk about how to remove and clean and replace the idle air control valve. This is on a bunch of Nissans, but in particular, we're talking about my 91 Sentra SER. People have been telling me, I've owned this about 2 or 3 weeks now, and they've been saying how popular these are and how amazing these are. The truth, guys, is there's almost no content on this at all. And trying to find almost anything to do. I mean, if you look for an old Civic or an older Toyota, there's so many how-tos, but not on this car. The idle air control valve is right down there, or was. You can see the orange there, the gasket that some of is left on there. You can kind of see the holes where it went. And I thought it would be helpful to just shoot a quick video on this because I have had a time getting this thing off. And I've done it with one eye. Some of you guys, if you've watched my last couple of videos, I had 2 eye surgeries, but it didn't stop me. So what's going on here with this particular car? It was super smooth, but I noticed a little bit of stumble in the idle. I just got this car. And I also noticed the air conditioner was not functioning the way I wanted it to. So I put some R12 substitute in it. Air got nice and cold, but then the idle went crazy. And I don't mean the idle like the sense of it idling when you're stopped. Maybe idle's the bad word, but just the RPMs were just jumping. And I noticed once I got the air cold that when I was giving it gas in any condition, the car was just stuttering. So my first thought was maybe it was the compressor, maybe the compressor clutch was locked up. I did go ahead and order another one with the intention of possibly just go ahead and converting the car to 134 from R12 to 134A. So I bought all this stuff, and I bought a compressor, which I can return. It wasn't that expensive. I went ahead and got the other pieces as well. And but before I was getting ready to just think about putting all that on, I started doing some research, and I found this thread, and it's on sr20forum.com. And it's the IACV, the idle air control valve location and removal method. And I found some people from way back in the day talking about their cars experiencing similar symptoms as mine. This is the valve that's in charge of maintaining idle speed at pre-programmed speed in the computer. And so the idea is if this thing gets gunked up, which as you can see, it is not the cleanest thing. It is possible that it messes with the idle and with the RPMs throughout. So I was reading some things on some old forums here and discovered that by cleaning this, a lot of folks had a much smoother ride. So what I just showed you on the car, this is a picture of the valve in place. This is the valve off. Of course, here is the valve off. And getting to this thing, this is really the meat of this video. And if you can find this, I'll show you the web address for it. But my just my tips here, and the idea here is you get it off, you take it apart, which I've already started to do. You clean it, and then you put it back on, and you hopefully have a smoother experience. What I wanted to comment on was getting this thing off because it was no fun at all. And so it was positioned on the car just like this, with this piece inside of here. I took it off after the fact, and so these are 10 mil. Let me show you the tools I used. And this was very, very challenging. And I've done a lot of hard to reach motor mounts. This probably, I'm going to say, is one of the most difficult I've ever done, just in terms of reaching something. And there's really nothing. You could take the oil filter off to make a little more room. Comically, the person here who wrote this, I mean, God bless this person. He talks about how difficult this is. And he, basically screws 1 and 2. He's got them listed here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 and 2 are very simple. 1 and 2 are pretty easy to get to. You could just get to them with some sockets, some extensions, maybe a ratcheting like that. 3 and 4. 4 wasn't awful. 4 was had to use, I believe I used just one of these regular wrench and loosened it and then got it by hand. And but as this person says here, the valve is supported by 4 10mm head screws. 3 are short, 1 long. The long one is this long one. You can see it's long. It's higher than longer than the others. With air conditioning, you'll have to use your hands in ways they never imagined. And I have big hands, and this was the truth. So again, to get this one and this one was pretty simple. To get this one, had to get creative. This one you can't see. I did consider unscrewing this first so I could get to it, but I didn't feel like there really was enough room to do that. By the way, you also have to remove these 2 connectors, which was a challenge, but good luck. But this was the beast, this bottom left corner one. And what I ended up doing, if you're watching this, you're going to thank me, because if you're trying to do this, of course no one's probably trying to do this, but if you are, you can't see it from above, you can't see it from below. What I ended up doing, and it took me about 45 minutes to figure this out, I got under the car's on ramps, of course, and then I took a shorty with a 10mm socket, and just by feel, I would feel my right hand up. I could feel where this was, and then I knew that this bolt was right under it and to the left. And then I felt with this, stuck this guy on there, and slowly backed it out. And once I got it loose, I was able to just barely get my fingers up in there. Anyway, this was a challenge. I finally did get it off, and I am now going to take it apart, clean it, put it back on. I'm hoping that fixes my problem, and I can send all these air conditioning parts back, because it saves me money, and I don't want to have to do all that. But if I do, I do. I'd like cold air. So anyhow, this is a very obscure video. Again, if you find this and you're looking, then I'm really happy to be able to help you. And that's why I'm making this video, because this was a difficult job, and it was really hard to get in there. So if this did, if you found this and it helped you, shoot me a comment, and I hope it encourages you. 1991 Nissan Sentra SER idle air control valve removal and cleaning. I'll post the results in the next video on this car. Hopefully it'll be running along happily. Thanks for watching. Peace. God bless you.